If you want to support your Kansas City Nidokings, get a shirt with the logo slapped on it and put it on your body. It's pretty cool. Link on the screen and in the description below. What is good, Kansas City Nidokings, and today we have our IBL Season 4, Week 3 team prep versus Ultra Player and the New York Metagross. So, this is the team that I built for the Week 2 because I forgot who was my opponent. Anyways, I'm going to go over the team that me and Jose built and why we think it'll work against his squad. And before anything, I'm gonna go over what his team is. So he has Hoopa Unbound, Mega Venusaur, Donphan, Nidolego, Klefki, Ambipom, Araquanid, Primeape, Charizard, and Shelgon. So he's got a pretty interesting squad for sure. I feel that overall our team matches up very nicely against him. Obviously Hoopa Unbound could be a real issue because it's a very niche typing and I don't know, it's kind of a bulky Pokemon. Mega Venusaur is obviously always an issue, kind of. That's just how it ends up being. He's got just a lot of bulk on the team, and he's got a really good wall in Araquanid because of its typing. It's got a great typing. Nidolego can be very good specially. And yeah, that's really I think about it. Donphan's also a good physical wall. Shelgon too. And Charizard is obviously just obliterated by Stealth Rock. So we're going to start off with said Stealth Walker 707, the Skarmory holding the leftovers with Sturdy, Brave Bird, Roost, Stealth Rock, and Defog. Now obviously I ran Rocky Helmet last week because of Mega Absol using Knockoff, which is a typical thing. So 707 here has Brave Bird, which is a very nice stab move and hits the majority of his team for at least neutral damage, which is pretty nice. Roost, so this thing can just be an irritating Pokemon sticking around. Stealth Rocks, Get Up Rocks, Obliterates Charizard, helps get some chip damage on Pokemon as they swap in over time. And then Defog, because I have one Pokemon that's really weak to rocks this week. Klefki also gets Spikes, and getting rid of Spikes would be really nice. I don't know if anything specifically gets Poison Spikes in this squad, but obviously I have a Poison type that picked those up. It gives you basically one of two guesses, guess one of two Pokemon. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So, we didn't go Rocky Helmet this week because Knockoff isn't the biggest deal in the world, and Leftovers is really nice. Hoopa is typically, I was gonna say it's typically a special attacker, but I'm not entirely sure about that. He's got a couple Pokemon on the team that are very special heavy, and that, like, the Charizard is special. I don't remember exactly why we ran a special Skarmory, but physical wasn't super needed because he doesn't have anything that's super good physically against 707 here. Unless he runs physical Charizard, but you never know. Sturdy is just in case if something one hits me, it's better than its other two abilities of Keen Eye and Weak Armor. Weak Armor could be an interesting set though if I decide to do that one week, but yeah. So this thing's got a bunch of HP investment, obviously odd number HP so I can live more rock, come in more times on rocks. I put 12 on attack just so I can do a little bit of extra damage. Then max special defense with a careful nature, so this thing could be a very nice special wall to have. And even still, it's kind of funny because his defense is already still better than his special defense, even with all the investment. So, anyways, I feel that Skarmory is going to be a very nice Pokemon to have. It's not something that's like super key. I just really do need to get up the Stealth Rock. So this thing is basically going to be my lead no matter what. Nidolego gets Thunderbolt. I just remember that. That's something kind of important. So anyways, 707 is, I'm pretty much 9 times out of 10 when it comes to this battle, it's going to be my lead because he doesn't have much for it. And you know, get up the Stealth Rocks, it'll be really nice. And yeah, that's about it for 707. And next up, we have Bert, the Sock, who was the only surviving member of our team last week, but we still won, so that's always good. We have a Choice Band here with Sturdy, Close Combat, Earthquake, Zen, Headbutt, and Stone Edge. So, all these moves in general just, like, they work super good against his entire squad. They hit everything. Nothing wants to take a Choice Band in Close Combat, except for maybe the Mega Venusaur. And that would be it. And then, even still, Mega Venusaur couldn't do too much to Sock, because Sock's a really good Pokemon. And this thing's gonna be amazing. So we're not doing counter again this week, but we do have Sturdy. I don't know, I don't think he has anything that can specifically one-shot. Maybe Hoopa Unbound with a Psychic type move. That'd be about it, really. EQ just hits really nicely. Hits the Venusaur for pretty decent damage. Obliterates Nidokings. Does a lot of damage to Klefki. And obviously he only has one Pokemon immune to the Earthquake, being the Charizard. Everything else gets at least hit by it, which is really good. Close Combat is just really nice against his entire squad. It just hits everything super hard. Araquanid, if it's a bulky Araquanid, it will most likely take that very nicely. Donphan won't take it amazingly well, but it'll take it. And then, yeah. And Mega Venusaur can obviously take that. But nothing really wants to come in on Sock. It's so good. I'm very happy with this Pokemon. So anyways, I think Bert's going to be super helpful in this matchup. So I built this thing to outspeed, I believe it was Mega Venusaur. I think that's the one I built to outspeed. Maybe Hoopa? That'd be outspeeding Hoopa Unbound as well as Mega Venusaur. That's really about it for Bert, specifically. And I just max attack so this thing hits like a truck. A good amount in special defense so this thing can take a special hit better by chance. Jelly nature, so I can obviously actually outspeed those Pokemon. And, yeah, that's really about it. And then the others, I was able to put 4 in HP, which is really, really nice. And then the rest went in defense, which is, it worked out pretty nice. So, once again, obviously just for the moves that split the damage, Pokemon rounds down, so you know. Anyway, yeah, that's about it for Bert here. Next up, we have Team Captain Welkin holding the Life Orb with Sheer Force, Earth Power, Rock Slide, Ice Beam, and Mega Horn. Now, this thing is just amazing in this matchup. Nothing really wants to come up against it. Obviously, Nidolego would do a lot of damage, but I might be able to live a hit from it. We'll see. I love Nidoking. It's such a good Pokemon, bro. Rock Slide obviously obliterates Charizard. It does a lot of damage to Araquanid. And that's really about all that does. Ice Beam obliterates. I don't think it OHKOs. I could be completely wrong, but I do not. Well, actually, with Life Orb, it probably does OHKO the Donphan unless he's running Special Defense Investment. It'll do a ton of damage to the Shelgon. Let's see. Ice Beam will do a pretty good amount to the Venusaur still, but I brought. I didn't bring anything specific. Earth Power would be my best move still against the Venusaur because of being neutral and stab. So. You know, and then Mega Horn is just for Hoopa Unbound, in case I feel like it. I can just absolutely demolish that thing. There's nothing else that it's really good for, but I didn't have anything else I really needed to put on this Pokemon. So, overall, Nidoking is once again just going to be a really cool sweeper. And something funny I just wanted to mention, in Week 1, Nidoking had 3 kills, and Altaria had 1, and then Week 2, Altaria had 3 kills and Nidoking had 1, so they're both at 4 kills at the moment. Nidoking has only 1 death while Altaria has 2, but you know, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's really about it. So this thing is built to also outspeed the Hoopa and Venusaur, because there's nothing else it could have outsped. Earth Power, its moves just hit really nicely across the board. Special Attack, max that out, so this thing hits like an absolute truck. A little bit of extra damage in the attack stat, just to boost the damage of Mega Horn and Rock Slide, even though I probably don't need the attack investment, but you know what, it's okay. 4 in defense and 4 in HP, just so I have odd number HP, and then the rest went in defense, so it worked out very nicely. And we're running a hasty nature, so I have a better, I don't have to lower either my attack stats, so pretty good stuff. That is Welkin for us. Next up, making its debut this season, actually 2 Pokemon today are making their debut. We have Hewlett the Dodrio holding the Life Orb with Tangled Feet, Brave Bird, Knockoff, Jump Kick, and Roost. Hewlett here is built to outspeed the Nidolego, which is base 105 speed, so this thing will outspeed that, and I believe that means it outspeeds the entire rest of his team, because the rest of his team is very slow. Nidolego is the fastest, I remember that on his squad. So, Hewlett outspeeds everything, and it's just going to be doing hella damage. Jump Kick does a lot of damage. It obliterates Ambipom. That's mainly the reason I ran it. It does a good amount of damage to Hoopa Unbound, but I would use Brave Bird anyway. Knockoff is just to get rid of items. Obviously, I can get rid of the EBL off the Shelgon, which would be really nice, or, you know, leftovers or something. If Nidolego ends up being Scarfed, I can get rid of the Scarf on that. Roost is so this thing can be irritating and do a lot of damage, because Brave Bird already does a lot of damage to itself, and Brave Bird's gonna run through that Mega Venusaur. It's gonna be so nice. And Araquanid. It's gonna obliterate Araquanid too. So that's about it. This thing, obviously, as I said, was built to outspeed the Neolego. Has max attack to hit hard, Jolly Nature, 4 on each of the both defense stats and then the rest in HP. This thing is an odd HP stat. I'm really excited to use Hewlett. It's one of I legitimately love Dodrio so much, and I'm so excited we get to use it this week. And yeah, that's about it. And next up, the last Pokemon making their debut this week is Azura the Suicune, holding Leftovers of Pressure, Extrasensory, Calm Mind, Scald, and Mirror Coat. So we're doing a lot of mulling around when it came to this set. It's kind of funny, this thing has 3 psychic moves and 1 water move, but I didn't really want to do a Crocoon set. I didn't want to do like Sub, Calm Mind, Scald, something like that. I just didn't really feel like doing that. I really wanted Extrasensory on this Pokemon because that Mega Venusaur hits that thing really nicely. It does more damage to Primeape and whatnot. And yeah, Scald, after I get up a couple Calm Minds, will be hitting everything else really hard, except for Araquanid. Obviously Araquanid won't take that. Will take that very nicely, as well as, I mean, the Extrasensory would do more at that point. But Mirror Coat is mainly for, I doubt that the Araquanid would be special, but, you know. Also for the Mega Venusaur, if it goes for Giga Drain and I Mirror Coat it back, it's a pretty good chance, if I remember correctly, it's a pretty good chance that it kills. So that is always a good thing. If the Hoop Unbound ends up being special, Neolego, hit that thing super hard. And yeah, anyways, I'm just really excited to use Suicune, first time this season. And yes, this thing has max HP investment with enough speed to outspeed Mega Venusaur and Hoopa. A little bit in special attack because with the Calm Minds I won't need the extra special attack boost because I just have to get up the Calm Minds. And then 4 in each defense just to put the other EVs elsewhere. It's kind of funny, we have a lot of 220, 225, or 252, 44, and then 28. It's been kind of the way it's worked with the past couple. Actually, that's the way it's been with literally everyone but Skarmy so far. That's crazy. So anyways, yeah, that's about, no, that's the way it is. That's the way things are for this thing. We're running Timid also because, you know. Anyway, and that's about it for Azura. And finally, this week, we are bringing Combo the Skuntank, holding the Assault Vest with Aftermath, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Pursuit, and Flamethrower. Now, overall, this set just works very nicely against the squad. Pursuit will do a ton of damage to the Hoopa. That's the main reason for it. Flamethrower won't do that much to Mega Venusaur, but, you know, it works. Klefki kind of sits in on this thing very nicely, so Flamethrower against the Klefki would be really, really good. Sucker Punch is obviously just so I can get some sort of priority and hit something very hard with the Stab Dark type move. And, yeah, Play Rough is mainly for the Hoopa. It just obliterates Hoopa. And that's really about it. It also does a ton of damage to the Primeape and such, so. And Shelgon. And Aftermath, obviously, if something takes me out physically, then I can, you know, HP to have an odd number in it, max attack, then a naughty nature, and a little bit in special attack just to boost the power of Flamethrower, so you know. I don't remember exactly, why did we bring Flamethrower at the Klefki? I mean, that makes sense, because otherwise Klefki walls this thing. So, anyways, that's the team we're bringing, and I really hope you enjoyed. If you did like appreciated, this is probably going to be a tough match. I don't think it'll be, team-wise, I don't think it'll be as tough as our matchup last week, but, you know, I don't really know how, I don't really know how most of the people in this league play, because I haven't played any of them, so, you know. And, yeah, so I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did like appreciate, make sure to subscribe for more, and, let's go Nidokings.